is Wednesday night, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means.
Wednesday,
AEW Dynamite. And we are back here on the Roundtable Pros podcast. I'm your boy, Double B, Bad Blood, the franchise player, with the mixologist and professional wrestler, Mr. Chemical Julian, that dude in the chair, Shane Husky. And once again, the newbie is with us.
The newbie.
What's up, everybody?
Hi.
It is
Good, what's up?
Wednesday, and we're here to talk about Dynamite and all kind of sports entertainment.
No. This wasn't sports entertainment, brother.
You sure about that?
This was professional wrestling.
I don't know.
A little bit of entertainment in there. With a little bit of
somebody
entertainment in there.
specifically talk about sports entertainment tonight.
And somebody said that they are going to beat up pro wrestlers.
Look,
Yeah.
Chris Jericho's a
I mean,
fucking
there's
moron.
more pro wrestlers on this show than sports entertainers.
That's the truth. That's the truth. And if we're talking about that guy, Chris Jericho, let's just go ahead and
That guy.
let's scrub the toilet bowl clean with that one.
What a heel!
Oh,
And
Your
when you say the Jericho, what now? What?
It's called the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Society,
commencement.
correct.
Let's talk. What are your thoughts on that bullshit?
Well, they look
Okay.
like a 90s boy band, but bootleg version.
So-
It looks like Chris Jericho wants to be I feel like he's living those days in the 80s where Motley Crue lead singer, like,
I mean, he's got the big
he gave
hair.
me tonight. That's
He's
what
got
he
the
gave
big
me
hair.
tonight, like retired 80s rocker. Like, it's time. Let it go.
So here's the thing, and I'm actually starting to find this comical. Whenever a group of people get together, or whenever somebody has a feud in AEW, there quite literally is a backstory that is like classic to DC Comics. So, like, how did Lex Luthor and Superman become enemies? Well, back in Superboy comics, Superboy and Lex were actually friends,
Mm-hmm.
and they used to actually really get along. But then one day, Lex's lab caught on fire, and Superboy showed up and blew out the fire with his super breath. But the mixture of chemicals in there that were on fire, the fumes with the super breath, when he blew them in the lab, the fumes went over against Lex's head, and it caused him
burned
to
his
go
hair.
wrong. And he goes, "Superboy, you were careless and reckless with your powers, and you caused me to be bald. I'm going to commit my life to taking you down." And like
that makes a lot of sense.
and so, like, every single AEW storyline, whether it's a feud or like why these heels get together, it's, oh, I saw this wrestler who had a busted leg and I gave money to his GoFundMe, and then I had him on my show because I believed in him, and I got him a job in AEW, and I believed him, and I believe in him now, and no more fake names, and now we're the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society. Ha ha!
It's almost like, how Reverse Flash and Flash got started their heat, right?
Yeah.
It's because Reverse Flash found out how to make himself as fast as Flash, but when he was about to zoom in and save all these people, Flash came from the past to the future and saved them and stole his heat.
Yep.
Stole his glory.
What a fucking joke. I'm going to dedicate my entire life to destroying you because, well, you did your job.
You stole my
So
thunder.
mad.
Damn it.
This Jericho Society gimmick is once
He's the
again
influencer.
He built this
Once
company
again.
just like he built others. And
Yeah.
these guys appreciate him because he did so much for them, and he appreciates them, and he's a sports entertainer, and they're sports entertainers too. And therefore that makes them heels, and they're going to commit themselves to beating up pro wrestlers. And Jake Hager too.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Jake Hager.
I didn't understand the Jake Hager part.
Because they
He
were.
needs a job.
Is it because he's an MMA guy? Like,
He needs a job.
Needs a job.
Jake Hager as a standalone really has no story.
he's just there.
Dude, so I will tell you, in WWE, his championship run was cut short.
Yeah.
And the shit that he did with Dutch Mantel was fucking awesome.
We the people.
We the
Dude,
people.
it was off the chain. It was racist as fuck, but it was off the chain.
It was. It really was. It was ahead of its time. It was.
Hey, it was
ahead of its
a
time.
you people gimmick. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was a you people gimmick.
Like the one sign I remember was, right now, one of them is breaking into your house.
Right.
You know, it was like one of them, they, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But it was, it was totally pandering, against the what you shouldn't say audience, and but his moveset and his matches were good. They were trying to remake a Kurt Angle, but I mean, there's only one Kurt Angle.
Only one.
And so I really don't know the whole story as to why his shit got cut short. I mean, that probably would make a good interview to hear, like Pritchard or somebody talk about, to tell that full story. But seeing him pop up on the indies and seeing him pop up here was great.
Lucha Underground. My God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how his MMA record was, but he's here. He's a heater, and he does his heater job well. So, whatever. He's there.
He's there.
So let's talk about the 6-man tag team opener.
Oh man.
The world champion Adam Page, the world tag team champions the Lucha Express or Jurassic Express, whatever they call themselves, versus Red Dragon and Adam Cole. Anissa, I'll let you start out. What were your thoughts on this match?
I didn't mind this match. I thought it was great. A lot of great connection from both teams. I think Jungle Boy, I feel like I want to give it maybe by the end of the year. I hope Jungle Boy just becomes a single competitor, because I feel that he can totally become a single competitor at this point. He's doing really, really well. And I mean, yeah, you have Luchasaurus, which is great, but sometimes I kind of just want to see certain tag teams like become single competitors and see what they can do on their own. So,
Bodyslam.net today tweeted, "Isn't Luchasaurus one of the biggest big men in the game?" And I replied, yes, when he's not trying to be a cruiserweight.
That is true. And today, he barely acted like a cruiserweight for shockingly.
The thing with Luchasaurus is,
and he was a beast in Lucha Underground. I don't know what happened.
He's a SoCal trained guy.
Yeah.
SoCal.
And in SoCal, we learn how to do a shitload of spots. That's just it. I was fortunate to live in the dojo in LA, so I learned how to chain wrestle. But for the most part, you got Lucha Libre. Tijuana, Mexico was like, you can throw a rock from LA to TJ. And most of us wrestled in the auditorium in TJ, or wrestled in Mexicali, or Rosarito, or Ensenada. So we had that Lucha experience. 66 in Compton Avenue in Los Angeles. You can find a Lucha show any fucking Sunday. Literally every Sunday. 3 of them. Trust me, I've worked all them fucking shows.
3.
You can go to Florence in Maine. There's a Lucha show going on every Sunday.
Lucha.
So you see the Lucha lifestyle. You see the Lucha wrestling style, all that stuff. You see everything there. So in a sense, everyone in SoCal wrestles a Lucha style. So him being a 6'8", 300-pound fucking cruiserweight is pretty normal. I mean, people don't bitch when they see Keith Lee, who's 360, 375, running and doing cross bodies. No one complains about that.
That is
true. But my problem is, as a big guy, I'm 235 pounds. If my tag team partner is 190 pounds, I'm the big guy on the team. So I'm not doing swantons. I'm not doing standing drop kicks. I'm not diving off the top rope over guardrails and shit. I'm the heater. I'm the guy smashing you. My partner's doing all the crazy shit. On the flip side, little Jack Perry, Jungle Boy, should not be fucking wrestling like he's Hercules Hernandez. He should not be trying to press slam guys. He should not be like The Rock trying to fucking lift up a car. He shouldn't be doing any of that stuff because it's not realistic. So let me explain it.
Let me explain it to my fans who play the MMORPG games.
Mm-hmm.
In the tag team of Jurassic Express, one is a tank, one is a scrapper. Luchasaurus is the tank. Jungle Boy is the scrapper. Let a tank be a tank. He has the most hit points. He can take the most damage. Let a scrapper be a scrapper. He has less hit points, but he could do a lot of damage. But he does all the flippy shit. Yep. And he has the stealth moves and the jumps and the flips and the this and the that. Again, like in this match, Jungle Boy spent a lot of time in the match and he was taking a lot of the damage. He was taking a lot of the hits. And he was taking a whole lot more abuse than a person of his stature should be taking. Now, I get it. They want the fans, they're building him up to be that guy who can take a beating, who can take the abuse. I get it. However, when this big dude is your partner, you can't outshine him in that capacity. The big dude should be the one who's taking the beating so that he can give you the hot tag and you can come in as the House of Fire and you can hit the flippy, the jump, and the drop kicks and the whatnots and the splash and the 450 and the Canadian Destroyer and then do your big finish. And so after watching these tag team matches, with these two and Jungle Boy being in the match 80% of the time and Luchasaurus being in it, for whatever amount of time, the best part of the match for me is when he got pinned.
I was waiting for that to happen. Yeah. Oh man. Adam Cole hits the lower of the boom on him, gets the pin. The triple, okay, so a couple great spots. The triple moonsault spot finally popped the crowd.
That was great.
Surprisingly, they were quiet as shit for the first few minutes.
Dude, yeah. It was.
I was like, are we watching an AEW show, or is this like, are we watching AEW or are we watching Lucha Underground? I don't know what the fuck we're watching, but Jesus Christ, was quiet. No, even New Japan would have clapped. I was like, dude, what's going on? Red Dragon isolated the baby face, picking apart the face. O'Reilly and Fish, they really showed out tonight, man.
Yes, they did.
If they're not the next tag team champions, shit. They had the champs' numbers. They had their numbers. Jim Ross, salty as fuck tonight. Can I just say?
I don't know why you keep on saying that.
No,
he's salty.
I get it. He's salty all the time.
He's old, man.
But today, salty. I thought I saw him walking around with a dress on and a fucking umbrella, like the fucking salt chick. Girl? Yeah, I was like, is that Jim Ross? Jesus Christ. He was talking so much shit about Rick Knox. He was talking so much shit about the referees. Bryce Rensberger, he was like, if that's his real name, Jesus Christ. Jim Ross, put the gun down. Stop shooting, bro.
Jim Ross is old. He likes to complain about a lot of things. Leave him alone.
He's that guy. He's that guy that's like, hey, you kids, get off my lawn.
Get off my
concrete. Like, he's that guy. Wow, man.
I used to be a commentator.
The double Doomsday spot was pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
That was good.
So all in all, I give this match like a solid B.
Yeah, solid B sounds right.
Wow. I was gonna give it a B plus, maybe an A minus.
Wow. Even for Luchasaurus?
And not just because Jungle Jack Perry got pinned.
Yeah.
But I thought the overall. So I'm a fan of Red Dragon. Those guys are, to me, they're no frills technical wrestlers who always put on a good show. If you're watching them to play to the crowd and to hype you up and to do like special spots to make the crowd pop, that's not going to happen. If you were, for example, if you were to watch Red Dragon have a match with Imperium, you need to be a wrestling fan.
Oof.
If you were to watch Red Dragon versus FTR, you need to be a wrestling fan. Because otherwise you might be like, it's just kind of boring. Like
that was a great tag match, by the way.
Yeah.
I understand
what you're saying. I agree with everything you're saying.
So watching these guys, get their shit in was, I enjoyed every minute of it. Which is kind of funny. There's a point during the match where I was looking at the screen. For just a hot second, they looked like the Vaudevillains.
Right? Okay, so it wasn't just me.
Yeah, I was
Oh
like,
man,
it's like Simon Gotch. Yeah, just dude, for a hot second, they look like the vaudevillains.
I was gonna put that in our group chat.
I didn't even see it. That's interesting.
No, I was going to put that in our group chat, and I remember that Anissa wasn't in our group chat, so we need to put her in our Facebook group chat so she can laugh with us all the time.
Yeah.
We talk shit all day, especially
Yeah.
Shane.
All day.
Shane's always sending messages all day.
Oh yeah, all the
constantly.
time, constantly.
So we go backstage. Keith Lee is basically saying he's going to see Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks on Rampage. We already know that.
Yeah.
We already know that. So
Already.
But you gotta hype. Hey man, you gotta sell the show. You gotta sell them tickets.
hey man, look.
You gotta give. Hey, let me tell you what.
That
If I know that I'm going to see Keith Lee versus Powerhouse Hobbs, I'm going to tune in.
Oh, you gonna go?
big meaty man.
You gonna go because you love Powerhouse Hobbs.
Powerhouse.
It is.
All right, so look, then we get into the match that I was like, somebody's gonna die. like when they were like when I saw Bryan Danielson and John Moxley and William Regal, I was like, somebody's gonna fucking die.
They're gonna die.
And then I was like, oh shit, it's Wheeler Yuta and Chuck Taylor. They're gonna die. And that's pretty much what fucking happened.
Hey man, so here's the difference, dude. This is no longer I'm the general manager of NXT and I care about everybody. William Regal.
Mm-hmm.
This is like fuck you, William Regal. Like fuck you, Sunshine.
I'm here for it.
Love that dude.
I'm here for it. He's like, fuck you and your spotted tea.
Yeah, fuck that dude. Oh man.
And you said, what do you think?
Well, I'm a Moxley person, so
Let's see the tattoo.
Yep, I have a Moxley tattoo.
A Moxley
She does have a
tattoo.
Mox tattoo, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom, there it is. My guy since 2009 and forever be my guy since 2009. I thought this match was great. I think it really showcased what Chuck Taylor and Yuta can do as a tag team, as well as I feel that they really are showing other guys like, hey, like we are the toughest dudes on AEW, and we're gonna level up other tag teams or whoever that want to face us. And I think that it's really good to have that because we want to see other people. I mean, do we? Of course we do, but we want to see other people on screen. But as well as I think that this was an overall great match. I felt like it's great for William Regal, John Moxley, and Daniel Bryan's storyline with what they got going on.
And the fact that Regal was on commentary,
That
he was
great.
having so much fun with Jim Ross, dude.
He was.
He was having so much fun. You could tell. I think that the quick tags, the targeted attacks, and like the just the all out violence of this Dream Team.
Kind of reminded me of what the Shield used to do with the quick tags and the quick moves. Yeah.
This was an extended squash match. So let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
But they showed like so much. Like okay, so the first time they teamed up, they were good, but somehow they seemed a lot better this time. Like
yes.
more
Yeah,
clear.
it was more of a real tag team match this time. No, dude. Okay, this was a legit tag team match. Last time was a squash match.
Yeah.
I mean, this was actually a real tag team match because when Yuta hit that bridge suplex, I mean that you don't get that in a squash match.
Mm-mm.
So
that's
this
why I
was
said extended squash match.
I mean, they showed up with some real competition. Even though my man Orange Cassidy still got his arm in a sling. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Bro, Danhausen though. I just gotta say Danhausen.
Yeah.
Danhausen. Danhausen didn't put his curse on, man.
He didn't have a chance to. They got the ass whooped too fast.
Yeah.
He was like, "Should I?" Nah, it's too late. Fuck it.
Or they're
Maybe
just so powerful they can't. He
They can't be
dominate
cursed.
them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Can't
the
be
one thing
cursed.
that he like. I'm not gonna curse Moxley of John and Bryan Danielson.
So they had this video package, like talking about the evolution of Chris Statlander. Bro, Chris Statlander's a heel. Let's just
Changing
call
her
it what
look.
it is.
She's no longer what we thought we knew is from outer space.
Yeah. Well, I was excited about this whole thing, but what made me like this tag team match earlier though is the fact that Jim Ross kept comparing Moxley and Danielson to Anderson and Blanchard.
Ooh.
Like he was like, these are
Okay.
reminiscent of
Yeah.
the old Four Horsemen style.
Okay.
So can you imagine if FTR teamed up with Moxley and Danielson?
No,
No,
I think
just
I
four
think-
old school dudes beating the shit out of people.
I mean FTR is going to bring Bret Hart as their new manager.
That would be awesome.
That's my prediction.
What's your prediction?
So, dude, you know what? It's funny.
FTR is going to bring Bret Hart in as their manager.
Oh, yes.
What?
So-
Something that Tully Blanchard used to do that no one else I've seen in the modern era do was a slingshot suplex,
Gino Hernandez used to do it too.
which was pretty slick. And I get it in the modern era, like a suplex isn't a finisher, but if Moxley could do the what do they call it? The
Paradigm shift.
Paradigm shift.
no,
It's just
the
a double underhook DDT.
no, the boomerang lariat, wacky
Oh
lariat.
yeah.
Oh, they
Lunatic
WWE
lariat.
call
Yeah.
it the wacky line.
Yeah, if he was using that as a finisher, I mean, you could do a slingshot suplex as a
I mean, why not? The Rock does a fucking
people's elbow.
stupid ass elbow. People sell the shit out of that. John Cena does a fireman's
Oh,
carry. and people are
sometimes
like,
he
"Oh,
actually does
shit."
hit the people on the chest with the elbow. It has happened.
Okay, once again.
But just not on the people's elbow because he has actually hit it before.
So
Are you a Rock guy?
Yes, I am.
yes, he is.
I am a
I'm an
rock guy.
Austin. I'm an Austin person, so
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, happy Austin
316
316 day.
That's right. Happy Austin
Oh,
16
hell.
Day, everybody.
Oh hell yeah.
That's right.
drink beer
That's right. Your songs,
if you're
your
21 and
Proverbs, all
over,
that shit.
and don't
So
drive.
what do you guys think about this though? What do you guys think about Wheeler Yuta leaving the best friends and going to shake hands with William Regal?
That was
I
a
thought-
hit.
I thought it was going to be a good move. At first, I believed it. I said, okay, this is great. They're going to take this kid under their wing. But obviously, we saw the slap because William Regal says, you're not ready.
He said, "Nah, bro."
You're not ready.
You got to step it up
Slap.
first.
Yep. There wasn't enough violence from him.
Correct.
No.
I don't know, but
And then
William
he
Regal
said-
didn't see what he wanted to see from Yuta. And I
Nope.
hope Yuta really sees that and says, okay, I have to prove myself in order to maybe get the respect from William Regal that I can be this big, bad, tough guy in the future. But as of right now, he's not there yet. And it's okay. It's okay. But he will get there one day.
So let's go to the Jericho commencement appreciation society gimmick where he starts changing people's names and shit.
Stupid idea from stupid creative.
First
mean-
of all, it's called the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yeah. There was no extra added name in it.
Yes.
That's like calling it the Nash World Order
Uh,
I mean, shit.
or Friends
Shut
of
up.
Hulk.
friends of
Wow. Hogan's buddies, Hogan's friends, Hogan's heroes.
Hulk,
So
man.
right. Jericho cut the "Woe is me" promo, whine
Woe
about
is
not
me.
being appreciated. Of course, it's the "You People" promo. Oh, you guys don't like me. Yeah, you guys don't like me. These
That's-
stupid
we
people are
sang his
singing your
theme
fucking
song, though.
song week after week. You know what I mean?
Because
Yeah.
I'm better
Um,
than
Yeah,
you.
but okay.
You don't
So he
like me 'cause
denounced-
I'm better than you.
He denounced his stupid name from Bad Creative. He got rid of 2.0 and named them Matt Maynard and Angelo Parker.
Damn it. I was hoping he would call it Broken Skull.
I mean, that's just
Ah.
our shoot names. I mean, whatever. But then he nicknamed Garcia the Mask of Red Death and Hager the Hand of the King.
Xavier Woods? I mean,
No.
Kofi Kingston?
Kofi was the right hand of the king, wasn't he? I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
he was. Yeah, he still is.
I mean, this segment was
I mean, Xavier's not dead.
it got massive heat, and it got
Massive.
he got some real good
But did
manipulation
it?
in there.
But
Yeah.
did it though?
He
Yeah,
said
I mean, using
inner-
Garcia,
Jane
using
or-
Garcia, Hager, and Jericho's like their real names and shit, like the whole gimmick was like a shoot, but not a shoot.
They were talking about WWE.
But-
I mean,
but-
what?
But was
Yeah.
it? But
Well,
was
they were talking about
It's
WWE.
a work shoot. We all know that. It's a paper shoot. You know, it's like a rock, paper, scissors. Like, you know, I'm going to fucking throw scissors every time you throw the paper. So you're going to throw paper every time so I can throw scissors. Same shit.
If they were smart enough, they would throw a rock.
Throw a rock at you, Shane. Then we get to the TNT Championship match. Wardlow, the face of the Revolution, versus Scorpio Sky. And the fact that Dan fucking Lambert was wearing a belt.
I'm like, why is he wearing the belt? It's like the
I
Great
was-
Khali moment
Okay,
thing.
I was
where-
dying.
Okay, let me tell you the best part about him wearing the
Oh,
belt.
shit.
The best part of him wearing the belt was the fact that he had his pants, his shirt tucked in his pants.
Yes.
And his pants were pulled up like under his nipples. Those pants were pulled so high up,
He gave
and
himself
the
a
belt was
Houston.
covering him. The belt was like up here. He looked like someone's grandpa taking out the trash with the elastic waistband in his fucking stretch Levi's, and he was just strutting around, parading around, dude. It was. I
So
can't
funny,
stand
man.
him, but I'm
You
like,
know,
fucking dude, I can't stand you, but god damn, this is funny.
it reminded me of when the Great Khali thought he was WWE champion after when Jinder Mahal retained.
Bro, let me tell you. I'm gonna give you a hot take right now. And you know, people are gonna at me on Twitter. Fuck it, go right ahead.
Just do it.
Dan Lambert is the new Bobby the Brain Heenan, bro.
Yeah.
He's the new Bobby Heenan. And I don't mean like I mean he's witty, he's funny, he's a fucking heat magnet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is a suit because people like he's one of those people that you just are like, dude, I just want to slap the shit out of this guy. I mean, even when he's right, you're like, I fucking hate him because he's right, but I just want to slap the shit out of this guy. He has the most punchable face in the world.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure when he came out of the womb, you know, the doctor, you come out and the doctor smacks you, you know, so you can scream. The doctor was like, God damn it, and just punched him in the face. Like he has that kind of face. And he is so over as a heel.
Yeah.
So over. He's insufferable, bro. He's
He's been more happy ever since Cody and Brandy left AEW.
yeah. But him wearing the second belt, that's so fucking funny. I was like, they need to get rid of that belt. Now Dan Lambert needs to keep that fucking belt. He needs to come out and doing promos.
Turn
He needs to
around.
wear like a fucking tracksuit where it's like pulled all the way up and you can see like he's wearing penny loafers with no socks. He needs to be like so ridiculous. But like I said, and I mentioned two things that happened tonight 2 weeks ago.
So we
This is why
said
I'm the predictions champion.
we said one of two things was going to happen. Scorpio Sky was going to get DQ'd by
MJF.
MJF,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
or MJF was just going to, or somebody was going to interfere in the match, causing Wardlow to lose
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
by, sorry, or Scorpio Sky was going to somehow Wardlow was going to get counted out, which they teased the count out a couple times.
Yes, they did.
Which actually, fuck that. He should have been counted out, but the ref kept on saying, "Come on, Wardlow, get back in the ring. Come on, Wardlow, get back." I was like, "Motherfucker, why aren't you counting?"
That
Yeah.
should have been a 10. That should have been a 10 count right there.
Yeah, that should have been the 10 count. But anyway,
It was an entertaining match.
Yeah, it was.
The fact that MJF had a stack of bills and handed Lambert all that money, I was like, yeah. I
You
knew
know
this
that
was gonna
said
happen.
property of entertainment. It's not
Right?
like
Yeah, it was probably
it's
fucking
just like
monopoly
Hollywood
money.
money. Hollywood money.
but here came Sean Spears with the two chairs.
Dude,
Ah,
Sean
the
Spears.
The biggest chairgasm that he gave out today.
So you know what's real funny? So the other night I rewatched NXT Takeover Toronto,
Mhm.
and his match with Bobby Roode. Really good match. Sean Spears had a great match there.
Yes.
And
10.
10. Yeah. and we get to see him here doing mostly the chairman thing, and every now and then he gets to do a match. We need to see more matches from him.
Yeah.
Watch Dark Elevation and watch Dark.
Just
He's
more
killing it
matches.
on Dark Elevation.
But yeah, he came out with the 2 chairs. You know, Wardlow comes out to confront him, and then here comes MJF. Rams his head into the pole.
That had to hurt.
He sells it like a champ because, you know, you hit anybody in the head with the corner post, you know, they're gonna take that bump. They're gonna be dizzy for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the roll up of doom.
And that is Wardlow's weakness. Roll up.
I didn't expect that. I mean, like even Mr. Tiny Corn Dog was like, "Oh yeah," like, you know, I mean, no one expected that. I mean, it was crazy.
So Wardlow is now. He wasn't undefeated, was he?
Yeah. Well, he lost to CM Punk, so
You lost to CM Punk
Yeah.
by the roll up of doom.
and I think that they what do you call it match, the Face of the Revolution ladder match counted as a loss too, even though they didn't get pinned.
No,
I don't think they count the ladder matches.
No, I'm just saying, like I know he won that, but like for instance, like Keith Lee's record is like 3-1 now because he lost the Face of the ladder. Yeah, but he didn't get pinned. So I mean, like, I don't think disqualifications should actually count. You know what I mean? I mean they do, but you know, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I think they should have a win record, loss record, and disqualifications.
Okay.
You know,
All
that's
right.
just me. But it was all in all a great match. Fans chanting for CM Punk. CM Punk did not fucking show up.
Nope, sure didn't.
Which is odd.
I mean, hey,
Nah, I mean, does he have a horse in this race? His feud with MJF is done.
Yeah,
he's on the world
but
title
he
now.
saw Wardlow was just like, you're in the ring.
So I mean, so let's look at the whole story here. CM Punk's feud was with MJF, and Wardlow didn't come out to help CM Punk.
No, he didn't.
He came out to screw MJF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that wasn't his issue.
The
either.
enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah, I'm not your friend. That was just my enemy. So he didn't really owe him anything. Well, shit. In fact, the week before that, 2 weeks before that, he powerbombed CM Punk onto a chair. So I mean, fuck that guy.
And a table.
You say table?
Yeah.
No, I mean the week before when MJF was powerbomb him, powerbomb on the chair.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck you, dude. Powerbomb me on the chair.
Well, we'll talk about chairs in a little bit because goddamn,
we'll get there in a second.
I mean, Terry Funk must have been like, "Yo, y'all want these chairs?" The Hardy Boys versus Private Party. Several things about this match were fucking crazy. But before we go into this, let's go to a quick commercial break because I want to collect my thoughts before we talk about this. Because
please collect your thoughts here.
That was just too much for me, man. That was too much. I lost my shit. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Drive me insane. I'll be cruised on lanes. I've been taking all the fun out. Drive me insane. I'll be cruised on lanes. I've been taking all the fun out. Drive me insane. I'll be
When you want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. these are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
We back.
Look, I just gotta say this, man. The Hardys' very first match of a tag team in AEW. And I wasn't really impressed.
Tell me more.
Okay, so there are a couple botch spots. Like they went to do the poetry in motion, and I think Matt was too far away, and Jeff jumped up and he hit Isaiah. He hit Isaiah with one hand.
Yeah.
Because he was like at least 5 feet apart. Okay. Jeff went to do the swanton and realized that he was too close to him.
And
did
on
a
the second
lazy
turnbuckle.
splash. And then when he did the swanton, he landed on him so stiff.
Yeah.
That I think I feel bad for Isaiah. Like he took so much abuse in this match, trying to make the other guys look good.
Rodriguez in the chat.
Shout out to Oscar Rodriguez, probably Sam.net. It was weird. It was weird. I like the throwbacks. And at one point, Matt went to give Mark Quinn the fucking Razor's Edge, which is kind of cool. Shout out to for Scott Hall. I just wasn't too impressed with it.
They looked the Hardy Boys, I should say.
Yeah.
The Hardys looked a little out of sync. I mean, it's been a minute. I mean, I get it. They looked maybe, I don't want to say a step behind, like, oh, those old guys in the ring, step behind. But just, just a little bit out of sync, and I mean, it happens, they just haven't wrestled together in a while. So, I mean,
I think that they've been training together, considering they're about to do a fucking show.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give them a little bit of time to, kind of get back in sync. I guess the one disappointing thing is that Jeff Hardy came back in the ring looking just like he left WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Like he ran out of the WWE ring and ran all the way to AEW and came in their locker room just wearing the same face paint, same shit, looked the exact same way. So there was no new presentation.
No.
No. I mean, they could have done like the Brother Nero and
Brother Nero.
Broken Matt, or I mean something different, but it was just the same thing all over again. And whatever. Hardy classic, I guess. Whatever. And it's
well, I felt great. I was very excited. My favorite tag team of all time is the Hardys. That's who I grew up watching when I was 7 years old. And I agree. I thought they weren't as synced, but I feel like we'll see that eventually. I saw on social media that Jeff dressed, what he wore tonight was the same outfit he has, like Ringside Collectible. He has an action figure with the same gear. So I didn't look too deep to it, but I wasn't sure if Ringside Collectible just came out with that action figure, or if that's an old action figure and it's just resembling what he wore tonight. I'm not quite sure, but I thought this was fine. The only issue I had was the ring looked a little small tonight. I don't know if it was just a camera angle or the hard cam, but the whole night the ring just looked small, and I felt like most of the matches just didn't really look good. But also there is a cage match, so I don't know if they were just trying to make sure the ring matched the cage, or the cage was the same size as the ring. That's why it looked kind of small. But I hope all in all, I'm very happy that Private Party got this opportunity, because I'm sure they're fans of the Hardys. And I mean, there you go. But there's going to be great. They're going to be great in a couple. I feel like they're going to be great soon. And the Hardys are the Hardy Boys. They still do crazy stunts, and I'm pretty excited to see when they do ladder matches what they can. What that is going to be like. Are we going to see the old Hardy Boys that did that TLC matches? Are we going to see new set? Are we going to see TNT Hardy Boys or TNA Hardy Boys? Are we what are we going to see? I'm very excited. I'm so excited. 7-year-old me is excited.
You brought up a good point. I'm really interested to see if they bust out a couple of tag team ladder matches, and if the Hardy Boys, bring back their old stuff.
Yeah, that's what I feel like that will eventually happen. Jeff Hardy's a lovable guy, and Matt's there too, but not in a bad way. But they're known as their TLC matches, and they're very known well as using the ladders and being dominated with the ladders. And
correct.
And the broken universes
is around. Is coming. Is around.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I can't wait for the broken universe.
The crowd popped when they came out, and then when Matt started doing the whole delete, the crowd was doing it too.
Favorite version of Matt Hardy.
My favorite part of my favorite part of the whole match though was when Isaiah Cassidy walked up to Jeff and said, Jeff was like, you can see Jeff's mouth. What the fuck? Oh man. Before we go any further, let's give a quick shout out to a friend of the channel, Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa.
She just popped into the chat and popped out real quick. Shout out to Thunder Rosa, the new AEW Women's World Champion. I'm just going to go ahead and spoil it for you guys right now.
Wait. Hold up. Congratulations to her and her all-female mariachi band.
Yes.
I
love that.
I love that. Shit right there.
It really was.
Now, I'm going to go into a tirade real quick, ladies and gentlemen, so just bear with me. Women's wrestling.
Yes.
Women's wrestling is defined as being in 3 different eras.
Mm-hmm.
The John Laurinaitis, Braun Panties era.
People power.
The NXT 2.0. The NXT
Women's Revolution.
Oh yeah, NXT season 3.
And now St. Patrick's Day Slam 1 and 2. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I said 1 and 2. Because Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa made history. Main eventing the last St. Patrick's Day Slam 1 year ago today on Dynamite. Or no, it was Rampage then, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
okay.
It was Rampage.
1 year ago, they main evented. They tore the fucking house down.
Sure did.
One of the bloodiest, most violent, most savage. I mean, I've seen women's death matches. This match was so violent that I literally I was like, oh shit, please don't do that. Oh God, please don't do that. It was like that. Tonight, they stepped that shit up twice over. Not only did they main event and make history, main eventing another big show, but they were the first main event AEW Women's World Title match inside of a steel cage.
Yep.
Main eventing on live television.
Yep.
People complain about AEW's women's division. They say, "Oh, the women's division fucking sucks. This, and this." The women's division needs this.
I don't
needs
get
that.
why
Needs that. Tonight, all the people who are the naysayers that talk shit about the women's division,
and probably still going to do it after tonight.
You can kiss my ass because tonight, Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa fucking tore the house down better than any men's match I've seen in the last 6 months. Inside of a cage.
Yeah.
I mean, they made history. They went out there and they tore that fucking chair spot with the tower of chairs. When Britt Baker took that bump, oh my God, I was like, she's dead.
Hey man, the last time I saw that many chairs stacked up was when I went to the PCW show when I watched MVP take on the Sheik. And when I tell you that I didn't know that gym that arena, that gym, that community center we were in had that many chairs. I don't know where the chairs came from. And they stacked them up and they were just laying all over the place. I mean, they were stacked up. And these ladies, I don't know where all these chairs came from, but there was a gang of them.
Terry Funk came in with a fucking pickup truck and was like, "Y'all want these
It's like,
chairs?"
Chairs are us. Showed up. It was
Chairs
like,
are us.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me put it this way: fans of ECW
Chair market.
remember the spot where Terry Funk was in the ring.
yeah.
And was it Chris Candido who was wrestling?
And he was like, "Give me your chairs."
And all of a sudden, the fucking everyone in the arena started throwing their chairs in the ring.
Oh, was that the one where it's like, yeah?
yes,
everyone
Jim
just
Ross.
throws it.
Even Jim Ross was like, "Where are they all these damn chairs?
Yeah.
Who keeps putting these damn chairs out here? Why are these chairs? Who puts chairs into the ring?" There were more chairs in that ring than at a
Every
fucking indie
time
show.
when WWE shows that clip and that scenery always pops up where everyone just like throws their chairs
Correct.
in the ECW ring. That I do remember.
Well, there were more chairs thrown in that ring than at any indie show I've ever been on. I'm telling you.
So
That is
Um,
true.
let
was
me tell
crazy.
you two of the smartest things I saw in this match. Two of the smartest things that I've never seen before. Number one, if you have a sack of thumbtacks,
Oh my god, that was brilliant.
why not smack someone in the fucking face with them?
That was the first time ever that actually happened, right? Just like someone actually hitting.
It's like if you had a sack of quarters, why wouldn't you smack somebody with a sack of quarters? She smacked with a sack of thumbtacks, and I was like, that makes fucking sense.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
hurt.
Why not? Why not? It'll hurt. Exactly. If you had a sack of nails, why not hit them with a sack of nails? That should've hurt.
It's like when someone has a sack of butter in the sock. Just
And second
hit
of
it.
all, if someone puts their fingers in your mouth, bite
Bite
that motherfucker. Bite them.
That's how you stop
Bite
the
'em.
lockjaw.
Yeah, bite them.
That's how you
Makes
stop
sense
the
to me.
lockjaw. Anissa, what do you think?
Well, let's talk about Britt Baker's gear. The homage just got off.
Yes.
Oh,
Loved it.
yes.
How
I
great
loved
was
it.
that? How
It was
great was
amazing.
that? I thought it was great. I do feel bad for Britt Baker because she has to go to work tomorrow at the dentist office, and she's probably going to be so sore, so exhausted. She's probably going to, if you're her patient, be patient with her.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see it right now. Why is our dentist taking forever? I'm sore.
Right.
If you have Cigna, she's in your network in Florida.
There you go.
Man.
Overall, I thought what I saw on TV really represented the Mexican culture.
That was amazing.
That and the fact that we have a African American woman as a TNT champion, and we now have a Mexican from Mexico as a world champion. That is history, right
It is
there.
history.
We have
First
black excellence as a woman TNT champion. And I think everybody, people of color are in professional wrestling are ecstatic about this, I think, and I hope, because this is a revolution of women's wrestling. And this is something for me that I can now be excited for, because we don't get that representation as a woman. We aren't usually, as a woman, you don't really see that representation on TV, especially when they bring the culture out. And especially in all women's mariachi band. Like, how freaking amazing that is. In Texas, where there's, I'm sure a lot of the population is Hispanic. Also, by the way, Mexican food in LA is better than Texas. Just throwing it out
Holler.
there.
Holler.
Mexican food sounds so good right now.
I will co-sign the fuck out of that, ladies and gentlemen.
But
Well,
overall,
I'm heading
there,
over to LA.
Wait, except that taco place that me and Julian went to the last time I was in LA, because that place was
Yeah.
shit.
Hey, whenever I come to LA, you guys gotta show me the best Mexican food restaurant. That's all I gotta say.
but at the end of the day, this was representation for women in wrestling. women who do deathmatch wrestling, because I think that women in deathmatch wrestling don't get a lot of it's not acknowledged as it is with the men, and deathmatch wrestling is one of my favorite type of wrestling of all time. And we were able to see yet again history, deathmatch wrestling, women doing it. Women from cultures are now being representative, and I really appreciate All Elite Wrestling doing that, because I feel like we won't see that in any other company.
No.
You know, within wrestling culture, as its own microcosm, you have your own tiers where people who are pure wrestling fans will go, "Oh, that deathmatch wrestling, that's trash. Oh, that ECW, those are just glorified
And
stuff."
I guarantee you, Julia, that those are the same fans that said that, went to those events, were like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, I mean, there's people who are like AEW fans who are like, "Oh, that GCW is just, they're just bloody. They're just blading and doing bumps. They're spot monkeys. They're just whatever."
And the GCW World Champion is an AEW guy, so they really should back the fuck off
just
that.
much like music, like people who say they're a fan of music, but you're like, "Oh, I love country, but I don't like rock, or I like R&B, but I don't like country." I mean, you're entitled to like any style of wrestling that you like, but you have to appreciate all the various styles that exist
Yes.
within the culture itself. And that being said, you have to appreciate any chance that women get to be represented in any form of wrestling that happens. And number two, representation matters, whether it's women or whether it's people of color. You will attract an audience whenever the audience gets to see people that look like them who are in the ring. Whether it's fucking dude, Cheeseburger, there are fucking 135-pound guys who are 5'8", who are like, "Fuck, that could be me." There are 6'2", 320-pound guys who look at Keith Lee who are like, "Fuck, that could be me." I mean, there are big jack guys who are like, "Oh, that's the kind of guy that I like." There are women who are like 5'5" and go, "Holy shit, that's what I like to see." Representation matters in all of its forms, in all of its colors, all of its shapes, all of its sizes. And that's what people show up, and that's what they want to see. And all of it matters in all of its forms. And, and everybody's got to have their platform, their opportunity, their chance, their day to shine. And that's, I mean, it's one of the reasons why I've watched wrestling for so long, because we literally have seen so much. And I've got to say, when I was younger, that it was not necessarily the case. It was the exception. But within the last 10, 15 years, maybe 20 years, it's become the norm. And you can throw a rock in any direction and you can find anybody that looks like you doing the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is look.
Yep.
And it doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Which is why I always say support indie wrestling.
Always.
My lady, she does get tired of it, but whenever we travel, I do look for indie wrestling shows in the area. I will stop and look at the thing that's stapled to the telephone pole. I'm like, "Oh shit, indie shows." And she's like, "No, we're not going.
We're not going to that.
Tonight."
Like, I don't give a shit. We're not going to that.
Yeah, we're not going to that. Even stuff like the lucha show, like you said, I laugh because we were down by the alley, a few weeks back, and like you said, downtown LA, dude, there's lucha shows.
I mean, there was a place called the All Nation Center when I first started out. It was like this beat up old shitty gym.
Yeah,
and there was wrestling there every week, and they would sell that place out. It's like the Olympic Auditorium for indie wrestling. It was amazing. John Cena even wrestled in that fucking place.
Oh wow.
The Anaheim Marketplace, same thing. Oh, fucking
Yeah.
swap meet outdoor. You know, then there's places like 66 and Compton Avenue.
Yeah.
There's wrestling there all the time. Then there's a place in the city of Industry that was a fucking parking lot that hosted some of the most Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, TJ Perkins, fucking John Cena, the Young Bucks. All of these guys wrestled in that parking lot.
You will to this day, you will look at an indie promo card that is coming from a local gym, and you'll be like, "What's this guy doing here?"
Mm-hmm.
And the answer to that is because you'll come see him.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. And you know what? Hey, it might be the biggest night of your life. For him, it's just another Saturday.
Yeah, and also, but for that guy who's got the first match of the night, 10 years from now, you're going to be watching Dynamite or Raw or SmackDown, and you're going to be like, "Holy shit! I remember that guy when da 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 da."
Yep.
Yep. So support indie wrestling, dudes. I mean, every fucking place you live. There isn't a city I've ever been to in this wide world, and I've traveled this world like 3 or 4 times, that you cannot find an indie wrestling show.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that being said, when I first turned on NWA Power, and I was like, "Oh, who's this Thunder Rosa chick?" And I was like, "Oh man, this shit is good." And then she's popping up someplace else. She's wrestling against Melina. She's wrestling against Willow. She's wrestling. I mean, she's wrestling. She's wrestling. She's wrestling. She's wrestling. She's wrestling.
Wrestling.
Well, shit, she keeps popping up. She must be good.
Yeah.
Mission Pro Wrestling in Texas is the only women's only women's professional wrestling company in the United States.
And so
ran by women.
I mean, you keep on seeing her, and now she's the AEW Women's Champion. I mean, there's something to be said for that. And, you know, there's something to be said for the company putting the title on your back and putting that much faith in you. And so nothing but congratulations to her and for all of her accomplishments, past and future. I mean, she's doing the damn thing.
Let's not just congratulate Thunder Rosa. As much as I love Thunder Rosa, let's also talk about Britt Baker.
With her violent ass.
Dude, I love her.
Not a Britt Baker.
She is this, I mean, she's a pretty girl. She's funny, she's witty, she's smart, but she is so fucking sadistic.
Yes, she is.
Love it. I always say how Jamie Hayter is the prototype of a women's professional wrestler. Britt Baker is right up there. 6 years in the business. She's only been wrestling 6 years. And she's this good in 6 years. And the fact that she's like, yo, let's do thumbtacks. Let's do kendo sticks. Let's do chairs. Let's do a steel cage where I can climb to the top of the cage and take a bump. Let me take a bump on fucking 16 chairs and almost kill myself.
Considering the number of injuries she's had over the last 2-3 years, she just keeps coming back for more.
Yeah. I mean, look, she came out wearing an Outsiders black and white Scott Hall gimmick. So she was putting over Hall.
Even the glove.
Even the
the black and white glove.
There was a bunch of great spots. Paul Thomas referee took the bump, and
your girl
Aubrey Edwards.
Your girl.
So I can't stand Aubrey Edwards. Like she's a referee
I sent you the video on Instagram.
Yeah, I know. She's the referee that has to make the match about her and not about the match. I fucking can't stand Aubrey Edwards. But it was a nice touch having Aubrey Edwards in the ring, because then it officially became an all-woman's thing. A woman referee. You know, they played up the storyline how Britt Baker hates her because of the conspiracy against Britt Baker. Britt is...
I wonder if her and Sami Zayn are talking right now about the conspiracies.
Britt is one of, like, she carried the women's division on her back, and she had some amazing matches. You know, she was the women's Ric Flair with Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, at her side, so to speak. She was the first person to make a woman's like total click that actually worked. Not the Nightmare Collective. We won't talk about that shit ever again. But this whole match from top to bottom, I mean, it started out slow, but once the violence kicked in, I was here for it. Like they woke up this morning and they chose violence. They were like, "Fuck it, we're choosing violence today." From Thunder Rosa coming out with a woman's mariachi band, to Britt Baker coming out with a pyro, to the crazy bumps, to Dustin Rhodes coming out and hugging Thunder Rosa at the end of the night. Like that was a classic A+ fucking match.
Yes.
They got a good 30 minutes. Like they got a solid 30 minutes. I mean, it was like 7:59.
Yeah.
When the match ended.
Yeah, right on the dot.
Like it was so good, and it showed Britt Baker's toughness. Like, dude, I mean, I gotta tell you, man, I've taken a lot of crazy bumps. I've done TLC matches with the Suburban Commandos or the Stoner Brothers. I've done some stupid, sick, crazy, off the wall shit. But to take a back bump through all those fucking chairs the way she did, and then kick out, bro.
I thought that was it right there and then.
Just
and it shows storytelling.
Yeah.
And
the commentators actually played it up. They played the story about the whole match from a year ago, how they won match of the year, PWI. This is definitely a match of the year candidate for PWI again.
Yeah.
Storytelling.
Yeah. Hey, WWE, pay attention.
And also,
storytelling.
Another thing that I noticed about AEW that is completely different from WWE, when the superstar is red hot like Thunder Rosa, they capitalize on that shit.
Like I told you guys 2 weeks ago, I said Thunder's going to lose the match at the pay-per-view, and she's going to win the match in San Antonio. They sold that fucking building out. Literally sold that building out. When you saw her come out with the mariachi band, the special entrance, I was like, she's going.
Yeah,
over.
You already knew that she was gonna win. Yeah.
If she would have fucking lost that match, that would have been the fucking swerve. That would have been fucking the Montreal screw job all over again. It would have been like the San Antonio screw job. It would have been crazy. Fans would have killed them.
Man, let me tell you something.
They would have gone after Tony Schiavone.
If Bad Blood was like, "Hey, Julian, tell you what, man, I'm gonna give you a shot. I'm gonna have you come out. I'm gonna have you come after the OIWA championship." I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, man, just come on up to Portland. I'm gonna give you a title shot." I'm like,
I would come to LA just because.
He's like, "Tell you what, there's a chance you might get over." I'm like, "Really?" He'd be like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I bet." So I'm gonna come into the ring. They're gonna be like, "And coming to the ring from Los Angeles, California, Julian Smith." And I'm like, "Hey!" And all of a sudden, here comes NWA, Dr. Dre, like a fake Eazy-E. I'd be like, this is fucked up.
Well, you see an entourage coming to the ring and shit, playing the music for me.
Playing the music. You ain't even in the ring yet.
It's like Dre and Snoop coming to the ring, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm moving.
Turntables on wheels, scratching and spinning. Right? I'd be like,
well, that's it.
Fuck, here we go.
You'd be like, oh man, this is Job City right here.
Here we go. Hey, I know I didn't tell you this before, but I'm about to spread some thumbtacks in the ring. I'm gonna power bomb you. What? You didn't say nothing about this earlier. Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. But they're thumbtacks. Don't worry. It doesn't hurt but for a minute.
Hey, let me tell you something. That's a fucking lie. Okay. Yeah. Thumbtacks, they hurt for more than a minute. Remember that match I had at the Holocene? Well, the match before, fucking Draven Vargas had a mouthful of thumbtacks, spit them out in the middle of the ring, and then I had the next match.
Ugh.
And I go out there and I take a clothesline bump and I got to register my bump and I'm like, smack. Oh shit. And I pull my hand up and both hands are full of fucking thumbtacks. And for the 15 minutes of my match, for
The
14 and a half minutes, my hands
did a good
hurt
job.
because of those thumbtacks. So that's
The
a lot.
janitor did not do a good job.
Janitor needs to be fired.
Fine.
But all in all, man, like this was a really great show. And you know what's crazy? We do a Monday show, we do a Wednesday show, we do a Friday show,
Friday.
and Monday
Eh.
drains me.
Hold up.
Yes, I know. I said Monday was okay.
Monday we got to see the Nigerian towers,
Oh Jesus Christ. They're so
the
big.
Nigerian skyscrapers.
They're so big.
So
if they
damn
team
They're
big.
both so
if they
big.
team them together and call them that, I'm just turn the TV off.
As a stack of pancakes.
I'm gonna call Cass and be like, bro, we're no longer doing Mondays. Sorry. You gotta find Sat Yangi and fucking someone else to do Monday.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Making Mocha Mondays all over again. Him and
The
SP3 can do it.
Bluetooth brothers.
Oh my Jesus. It was so bad. So bad. But when you go from something really horrible to something so amazing,
Like tonight.
AEW doesn't always fire on all cylinders. I told you guys, I'm one of those guys. I'm not gonna just bash WWE. If I see something wrong with AEW, I'll tell you AEW fucked up too.
Yeah.
But tonight,
Great
I
show.
give AEW a fucking solid 9 out of 10. What about you, Anise? What do you think?
I give it 9.5.
Ooh, she said 9.5. Okay. Representation up in here. Okay. Shane.
9.5. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Julian, go ahead, give it a 7.
So no, I will not give it a 7. I will. You know what? I will also give it a 9.
Wow.
And not just because Jungle Boy got pinned.
That's a 9.5 for you, right?
Now, granted, that does give it a couple extra points. Jungle Boy getting pinned does give it a few extra points. But the main event, man, was fire.
It really was.
The main event was fire. And that really carried. I'm not going to say that carried the show. The rest of the show was good, but man, that was fantastic.
If this doesn't get 1 million views, if the Nielsen ratings don't show up on fucking Friday with 1 million people watching this show, whoever didn't watch this show, you are fucking sadly missing out on some great shit.
Oh, yeah.
All you WWE stands out there, you can praise you can praise the God of Wrestling, Vince McMahon, all you want.
Yeah, praise.
But if you want to see some real, fucking straight out the gun blasting of some incredible wrestling, dude, tune in on Wednesday. I mean, hey, I'm not gonna tell you what you should and should not watch because
Did your story have a golden egg?
What I will say is this: a bunch of steel chairs, a bunch of bloody foreheads, thumbtacks, just
All I'm saying
hardcore.
is I will show up for the main event before I start singing Judas.
Okay, I'll go with that. Okay, so let's do this. We have a newbie here. We haven't done this in a while, so I'm gonna put her on the spotlight real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and just put her. I'm gonna put her on the spotlight.
So, are we gonna play?
Oh yes, we are, sir. Yes,
we
we
are.
are.
We're playing tonight.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
Here we go.
let's go ahead and let's line it up for her. There's a game that we play. Okay. I usually do it with like AEW and WWE and NXT, all those stars that come on the show. But I'm gonna do it with you because you know what? I'm interested in your take. This game is real simple. The game is called Team With, Feud With, or Fire. Real simple concept. You can team with anyone in the industry, alive or dead, no matter who it is. Even salty ass Jim Ross if you want to. You can feud with anyone also. And you can fire a motherfucker without any explanation. Unless you want to give us an explanation. We would love that. So Team with, feud with, fire.
Team with, I would have to say Sensational Sherry.
Ooh, all right. Why? Why would you team with Sherry?
Because she is somebody that was very different during that time, was doing things what I guess we kind of see now in a way.
Pioneer.
She's a Hall of Famer, God rest her soul, but I feel if Sensational Sherry was here today, but how do I put this? If Sensational Sherry, if wrestling was basically how it is today, but in Sensational Sherry's era, I think she would freaking dominate the industry a lot, way more. And the fact that she was a wrestler and she elevated to a manager and became a heel, and she was so damn good at it. She knew how to put people over. And we never really saw that with women being able to do that because there was Miss Elizabeth, but that was different.
Who's still not in the Hall of
And
Fame, by the way.
yeah, so that is somebody who I would want to team up with because she's a tough woman. And that's who I would want to be my damn partner.
Okay. Now, who would you feud with?
John Moxley.
You would feud. Wait. Hold on. You would feud with that psychopath?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Tell us why.
Well, okay. So like, and AfterBuzz, I would be as John Moxley's little sister, and it's because I have this like weird thing in my brain where if I was a wrestler, I would somehow figure out how to befriend Moxley and become a storyline where I was his sister and I would still wrestle. And in the indies, this is all like my imagination. And in the indies, we feuded together. But he went to go on and do big, better things while I was still stuck in the independent scene.
So
And
left
now
you
he's
hanging.
he left me hanging, and I got depressed, so I left wrestling all over. And then I come back to wrestling, pop up in AEW as a surprise, and continue our feud, but in a death match wrestling match.
Wow. So she shows up like surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, and we would have a really epic death match, blood everywhere, cut up everywhere, basically ECW Terry Funk Mick Foley style, where to the point it's gonna be at AEW All Out because that's one of their biggest pay-per-views. And of course I would win. So because I got my revenge. But that is my imagination on if I was a wrestler, that would be somebody who I would feud with.
All right.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, let me show you this most amazing picture that I was just shown.
Is she?
Nice belt.
That is cool.
That's a lot of blood. So shout out once again to Thunder Rosa. And who would you fire? And why would you fire them?
Yeah, why?
Give us details. Give us the deets.
Give us.
I don't know who I would fire.
Come
There's
on.
so many
we
great
all know who
people.
we would fire.
Fire, Mr. Man.
No,
Okay.
actually, okay, just because it just happened tonight, the referee that was doing the Matt Hardy match,
Oh, Bryce Rensberger?
dude, that guy was not. I'm so sorry. I don't want to be disrespectful, but this is how I feel at the moment. I did not like his referee tonight. He was very aggressive tonight. And I'm like, hey man, like you're yelling at these guys. And it's like, hey, like I get what you're doing and stuff. That's your job. And I'm not a referee or anything. But when you see, legendary referees like Rick Knox, he's not in everyone's face like that, So that is somebody who I would fire just because it happened tonight. Because it was just too much for me. I'm like, come on, man, like tone it down. You're a referee, but you don't gotta disrespect the goats.
That's what they
The
do.
Hardys.
That's what they do, especially Aubrey Edwards. But we're not gonna talk about Aubrey Edwards on here. Okay, I get you. So before we take off and in this lovely stream. Tell the fans where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, you could find me on social media at Anissa Bar on Twitter and Instagram. And some cool stuff is coming along with Body Slam Net. So stay tuned. I'm gonna put it as, have you ever seen the podcast? Have you ever heard of the podcast called Call Me Daddy? That is from Barstool, who has that as their podcast. Mine is basically gonna be like that, where I'm just gonna have fun conversations with wrestlers. We could talk about whatever we want. It's not going to be your typical interview. It's just going to be like a regular conversation, and it's going to be very different with what I want to bring to the table, because there's not what I'm thinking in my head and what I'm coming up with. You don't see that a lot in professional wrestling. So we're just going to hang out and chat and talk about whatever we want, because that's what pro wrestling is about. You get to do whatever you want, be whoever you want, and dress however you want. So that's coming soon. So,
well, I'll be glad to collaborate with you on that. Julian.
Yes, sir.
Tell these awesome people where they can watch us every week, man.
Oh my God.
Oh man, 3 times a week. You know what? You don't want to be on YouTube.
No.
You don't want to be on the podcast. You don't want to download us from Google, Spotify,
Well, please
Podcast Addict.
Yeah.
All the places that you could be downloading us from and listening to us on Odyssey or whatever. You want to watch us on TV, and you're in the Portland, Oregon area. 3 times a week.
How many times?
3 times a week.
Wow.
You can catch us on Mondays, 10 p.m., channel 22, Xfinity TV, channel 8002, CenturyLink TV. Tuesdays, 9:30 p.m., channel 23, Xfinity TV, channel 8003, CenturyLink TV.
Wow.
Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m.,
More?
channel 11, Xfinity TV and CenturyLink TV. And guess what?
What?
You might catch a BCW championship match.
Not anymore.
At the same time.
Not anymore.
You might see your man, Bad Blood, defending that OIWA championship belt.
Oh, man, you don't know that.
You might see Just Exciting. You might see any number of your local talent in the squared circle, engaging in fisticuffs. Just putting foot to ass, fist to face, in the square circle.
Wow.
Just getting it on.
And
but if you're in the Portland, Oregon area, why watch it on TV when you go see a live show?
Man, well, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But ladies and gentlemen, if you like to like all this cool shit, you want to find out
all of
what
it
news we got left? You want to find out what scoops Cassidy is dropping like it's hot?
Like it's hot?
Dropping it like it's hot, like he over there twerking, like just getting it in. You can always
working.
go to www.bodyslam.net. That is www.bodyslam.net. Get all the news, the hot gossip. This gossip is so hot, bro. It ain't even left the stove yet. That's the kind of damn it's hot.
Man, this gossip is so hot. There was not one word about Blue Chew today, except for now.
Where's the
God damn you, Shane. God damn you, Shane. And ladies and gentlemen, you want to go ahead and just listen to us while you're driving around. And Shane, I'm going to say it. Yesterday, Shane was with Throwback, and they were doing the NXT review. And I was producing the show, but I was out and about. So I was driving in my car. I was not watching the show. I was listening to the show.
You were watching.
I was not watching. Okay, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's against the law to drive and watch shit while you're driving your cars. So if you want to listen to the podcast, you can go to Google, Spotify, Apple, Pandora, Amazon Music, and for all the lovers out there, iHeartRadio. You can check us on all those podcast platforms because that's how we roll.
And Podcast Addict.
Well, yeah, all that cool shit.
Maybe on MySpace. Who knows?
Being cool.
MySpace.
You can also find Shane at onlyfans.com/husky518 because he only has one fan. Just one fan.
Hey, he's making money.
He's
Hey.
his only fan. He's not making no money. What are you talking about?
Hey.
He's over there
Hey.
paying people to come join his
That
live
one-
stream.
That one fan, he donates.
Wait, do
all
you
the-
really have an OnlyFans for
No,
your
just
life?
saying.
No.
Oh.
No.
It's like,
No,
okay.
no, I would hope not.
I know you
But-
can do like different stuff on there, but yeah, all
You
right.
can. You can also do
He
this.
wears a sweetheart thong. while
Coming
he's playing
soon.
games.
I mean, what?
Shane wears a thong leotard on his stream, talking about
Because
video
she
games. He's like,
clothes.
we should go ahead and play WWE 2K
22.
22.
That game's
Anyway,
fun.
so ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the show, and you enjoy the faces
wanna
that runs the
subscribe to my
places
own
right here, and you want to help us out, you can donate to ByTheSlam.net. Real simple. You can keep this website going so we continue to bring you a wide variety of entertainment and professional wrestling along with MMA content. All you gotta do is shell out those dollar bills. American, not Canadian, ladies and gentlemen. You can go to www.slamchats.com. Simply www.slamchats.com. Get out those dollar bills, y'all. That's right. And for the chemical one himself, Mr. Chemical Jr., for the man in the chair, Shane Husky, and for the newbie, ladies and gentlemen, we're out. We will see your asses on Friday.